They don't hurt you loudly. They don't scream or fight. They simply keep taking until one day you feel empty inside and still believe they're good people. Some people don't steal your money. They steal your time, your energy, your emotional strength. They always arrive with their problems, but vanish the moment you need help, making you feel guilty for saying no and proud for sacrificing yourself. Slowly, you start calling this pain kindness. Watch the pattern. When you're strong, they admire you. When you're tired, they disappear. When you grow, they feel threatened. Because they don't want to see you win. They only want access to your strength. And the reason you allow this is not weakness. It is conditioning. You were taught that being available means being loved, that staying quiet means being mature, that tolerating disrespect means you are noble, so you accept emotional crumbs instead of real respect. But here is the truth that changes everything. Respect begins the moment people realize they can lose you. When you stop over-explaining, stop over-giving, and stop tolerating imbalance, the entire dynamic shifts because not everyone deserves the version of you that costs you your peace. You're not here to be consumed. You are here to be respected. And kind people are not used because they're kind. They are used because they never set boundaries. You were never too sensitive. You were simply surrounded by people who benefited from your silence. They learned your limits by watching how much you were willing to endure, and every time you forgave what should have been confronted, they rewrote the rules in their favor. They smiled when you struggled, not because they cared, but because your weakness made them feel safe. And you kept telling yourself that patience is strength, that loyalty will eventually be rewarded, that if you just stay good, the world will finally treat you right. But that moment never came. Because the truth is brutal. People do not respect kindness. They respect boundaries. The world does not respond to how much you give. It responds to what you are willing to walk away from. The moment you stop explaining your pain to people who profit from it, the moment you stop proving your worth to those who only see your usefulness, something inside you hardens in the right way. You no longer beg for understanding. You no longer chase validation. You become selective, silent, and untouchable. And that is when the same people who ignored your value begin to fear losing access to you. Because power is not loud. Power is distance. And the strongest move you will ever make is choosing yourself without asking for permission. They will not understand your change because your growth threatens the comfort they built by draining you. So they will call you selfish, cold, ungrateful, anything that helps them avoid the mirror. They will remind you of the old version of you, the one who never said no, the one who stayed even when it hurt, because that version was easier to control. But the more you try to explain yourself, the more power you hand back. And the truth is you don't need their approval to outgrow the role you were forced to play. Your silence will confuse them. Your distance will unsettle them. And your absence will expose how little they ever offered when you were the one holding everything together. This is not revenge. This is recovery. This is the slow return to yourself after years of shrinking to fit rooms that were never built for you. You are not becoming heartless. You are becoming selective, learning that access to you is a privilege, not a right. And the moment you protect your peace without apology, the world rearranges itself around your standards instead of your sacrifices. For too long, you believed that being kind meant being available at all times, that love required constant giving, and that patience was proof of virtue. But the world does not reward sacrifice. It rewards boundaries. Every person who drained you, every friend who borrowed your energy without returning it, every situation where your loyalty was mistaken for weakness, all of it taught the same lesson. Strength is not in endurance. It is in knowing when to walk away. You will discover that saying no is not cruelty. It is clarity. That protecting your time is not selfish. It is necessary. That refusing to explain yourself over and over to people who profit from your confusion is not arrogance. It is survival. The ones who once thrived on your silence will now notice the space you create around yourself, and they will feel it like a vacuum, a void they can no longer fill. And yet, you will not seek their approval. Nor will you apologize for the peace you reclaim, because true power is never loud. It is measured in the calm confidence of someone who has learned to prioritize themselves. You will walk into rooms and feel lighter, because no one is secretly draining your energy anymore. You will speak less, observe more, and choose carefully where your attention goes, because attention is the currency that fuels influence, and you have decided to spend it wisely. And in that quiet transformation, those who once used you will recognize a force they cannot manipulate, a presence they cannot control, a person who finally understands that being good does not mean being